Hi, I'm Stefan, and in this video, I want to show you what's new in Empower Slides 8.10. So, looking at the release notes, there is a long list of major improvements made to the new Empower Slides version. First and most importantly, we have finally added a SharePoint and Teams integration to Empower. So what that means from now on, you can choose as many sites, SharePoint sites, Teams channels, whatever you want, and actually integrate them into your Empower Slides library. And this is how it looks. So I'm going to the Empower library, and now I can add these places wherever I want as main items as here, or I could actually just add SharePoint sites into specific folders. And if I can just go inside here, I can browse through. It of course shows the entire structure of that SharePoint site. So it's a one-to-one match of the actual SharePoint site. And I don't have to save any data here. Whatever happens in SharePoint will automatically be reflected inside the library. And now, of course, I have the powerful Empower Search, but I can also very handy browse through it. So all these files in SharePoint, in order to have a look what's inside, I would actually need to open them, right? And here I can just do a double click. And if I do a double click, I see all the slides inside my SharePoint presentation. With Empower, of course, I can change even the size of the thumbnails. And if I decide to not open the entire presentation, but just an individual slide, I'll just go here, double click, and it actually is pulling the slide from that SharePoint presentation into my current presentation, as you can see here. So it's super powerful, and it allows you to really restructure also the way you use your Empower library by having a certain set of individual slides that can actually push updates, and then you have your ready-to-use presentations that are stored somewhere in SharePoint or Teams, but are all directly accessible inside PowerPoint. So a big feature we were working for a very long time, and there will be further updates in terms of user interface, Google-like search that will come in the upcoming releases. So secondly, another super exciting feature. Some of you might know a similar feature that we used to have in Empower 7, but this has been totally reworked and is so much better now. So the idea is Empower links in presentation mode. So imagine, and maybe we can actually take that new slide here, and imagine I want to make it interactive. So in my presentation, I would say if somebody is interested in PowerPoint, I want to actually show a specific presentation or slide that comes from my library that addresses the topic how we improve PowerPoint. So how do I create these links now? It's super easy. So I go into the library, I go into my product section, for example, and so here I do have a Empower Slides brochure. So let's take that. So I want to actually link that. If you click on the PowerPoint icon, I want to open that presentation. And so I just right click, say I want to copy the link of this presentation to my clipboard. Now I go here, and now I say I want to create a link. So this is just all PowerPoint standard functionality. I paste my new link I have in my clipboard, and now I'm done. So what happens now if I go into presentation mode, I'm on that slide, and now I have this new link here that I just added. And if I click on that link, automatically the presentation from my Empower library opens up that talks about Empower Slides and how we improve the work in PowerPoint. And of course, you can go through or you can escape it, and then you come back to the original presentation. This is such a powerful feature because now you can actually create interactive slides where you link to various topics, all stored and always kept up to date in your Empower library without any effort of keeping them up to date. And a salesperson, for example, can go into a meeting and never has to worry about the level of detail and the level of topics that are discussed, because they can dynamically jump into the different topics and have the appropriate slides or presentations available at their fingertips. So that's the Empower Links feature. Then one which is hard to show, but we significantly improved the startup time. When you launch PowerPoint, Empower Slides in many scenarios loads 30% faster. So the delay caused by the add-in when you start up PowerPoint has been significantly reduced. And we are further working on making the performance at startup, but also during the usage even better. So that's a big priority for us for 2022. Another big optimization is if you are synchronizing a lot of data locally. So you have a lot of content in your library and you put a lot of this content locally. We have significantly reduced the data volume required. So actually, in many cases, we even reduced it by half, like by 50%. So if you had like 4 gigabytes of local cache, now we can do the same magic with just 2 gigabytes. So big optimizations in the way how we synchronize and save data on the computers. Last but not least, we did further optimizations to our super powerful slide conversion feature. We talked about this in the last releases. It's a constant thing we're working on because we're getting so many real-life examples. So we're improving the algorithm constantly. And in the latest version, I can just quickly show you by opening up an old presentation. And by the way, the last point, we now also added progress indicators to big operations. So you will see that last new feature as well. So if I now want to convert the presentation to a new template, I can choose one here. Let's say I want to take this template. I hit now apply to this presentation. You see the nice progress indicator. It gives an idea for big presentations. I mean, here it's super fast, but it can be very helpful to see the progress. And you see a beautiful result of literally every slide perfectly adjusting to the adopting to the new template. So that's it in a nutshell. I hope you will enjoy the new version. It has been really, I think, some major updates, and of course more to come with our next version in spring this year. Thank you so much. Bye bye.